Mary Jane? I am.
For one American family, the adoption of a Chinese orphan was difficult but worthwhile.
Adopting has both changed my life and has really always been a part of my life.
Wendy Owens is a student at the University of Minnesota and the oldest of the 12 children in her family, and Mary Jane was the fourth adopted.
Mary Jane was born in Langfang, China. She was abandoned at our compound in China where we lived, and she was actually brought to us by the gate guards of the compound because they knew that we worked for an orphanage there in China.
Wendy's family decided to adopt Mary Jane after visiting the orphanage and working with Mary Jane for a while. However, the family had a hard time during the adoption.
The hardest part about adopting Mary Jane was that we were living in China, and as an American living in China, there's no standard policy for how to make that adoption be completed.
At the same time, Wendy's family were trying to adopt two other foster children, which violated a Chinese policy that one family could only adopt one child at that time.
We were trying to adopt 3 children, and we already had 4. So we didn't have any adoption agencies that were willing to help us. And so we appealed ourselves to the Chinese government.
Besides the legal issues, how to help Mary Jane accept her new life is another challenge that the family had to face.
The hardest part for her was definitely the questions that we would get. People would ask things like, oh, do you run a daycare? Or whose kid is this? And often what we would do is I would put my arm around her and say, this is my sister, and then we would walk away.
Wendy says the big thing that adopted children are struggling with is lacking the sense of belonging.
Every child you adopt, you really have to work with them to show them, no, you do belong. We chose you. You belong here. And so that's been a process with Mary Jane that we continue to this day. She has grown so much in it, but we continue to say, this is your family. You belong here. We love you. You don't give them a chance to forget.
As sisters, Mary Jane has the special meanings to Wendy.
Mary Jane is a very exciting and very lovely addition to my life. She is goofy, she is shy at times, but she has really taught me that it's okay to be oneself, that you can be goofy and a little crazy sometimes, and it doesn't matter what other people think, because you're having fun.
Wendy says, although Mary Jane came from a broken situation, she is growing and thriving with the hope for the life now. That teaches Wendy something.
We don't adopt to be heroes. We're not the heroes. The kids that we adopt are the hero. In this story, Mary Jane is the hero.
Xavier Wang, University Reports.